Naka and Dominic.
What's going on?
So,
It's about that time. You know what time it is.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
Oh, quick disclaimer, you guys. So, obviously, if you see my foundation doesn't match my neck, it's because we've been away for literally 4 months and everything is closed, so I can't buy a new foundation to match my skin. And obviously, you know, I'm not the same skin color I was once upon a time when we left. You know, your girl got tanned, so just ignore that, okay?
Sure.
So, today we decided to do a Q&A. We have a lot of new subscribers that have been asking us questions.
Welcome.
And a lot of you guys have been curious about a couple of things that happened to us, so you wanted us to answer these questions. So here we are.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for sending us these questions. You guys are amazing. And sorry if we don't get to answer all of you guys' questions. We had a lot, but we picked the ones that a lot of you guys asked in different ways.
Yeah. A lot of them were asked. So try to pick the ones similar. Let's get right into it. We got some exciting questions, guys. Exciting facts.
Go!
Dropping some knowledge.
Go.
Dropping some curiosity. It's about time. Let's go. Okay, where was your favorite place that you traveled to? Those of you who didn't know, so where we went was basically, first place was Panama and Panama City, Central America, Jamaica, Thailand, Bali, Indonesia, and the Philippines. So, where was your
places?
Where was
your favorite place?
Where was your favorite place? And has being stuck in another country ruined travel experience or changed your travel plans in the future? Favorite place? Go.
Mine was the Philippines.
Mine was Thailand.
Yeah. I liked Boracay more than Cebu City, just because I'm not really, well, I am a city girl, but if I'm going on a vacation, I don't want to be in a city, right? I'd want to be on an island. So when
something different than here.
Yeah, so but if I'm comparing cities, I liked Panama better.
Panama City was beautiful.
Yeah, Panama was really nice. Everything was accessible. Uber, you guys, was dirt cheap.
It was compared to here.
Oh my god.
And yeah, like me, it was Thailand. I liked something specific about each and every place. Panama City, I love the city. That was my favorite city. Thailand, it might have been influenced differently just because of the setup that we had. You know, like we went to Philippines and we went to Indonesia. We didn't have like an Airbnb for the month, you know, so we're kind of hopping around. So Thailand, I loved it. Like the place we had there, the weather, the beaches, the people, everything was good price. Everything was there.
Yeah.
So I love Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand was really fun too. But
and the second part of the question, has your experience being stuck in another country ruined your travel experience? For me, absolutely not. I don't let stuff that happens in the past ruin the future.
Yeah.
Stuff happens, you know?
Exactly. Next question.
Next question. What was the scariest point? Question numéro dos. What was the scariest point for you all while you were stuck?
For me, the scariest thing was everything closing.
There's a microphone.
Oh, I was like, did I have something on my teeth? It's literally everything closing. Like, let's say like today we'd go to a shop to get, let's say, food, and then we go back tomorrow, it was closed. Like everything was closing, and then our hotel started closing, and then we weren't getting any news or anything from the tourism board. So we're like, where are we going to sleep? Where are we gonna get food? So just like everything closing really quickly was scary.
Me, it was just being kept in the dark. Well, kind of like you said, like we didn't have any news of what was going on. The other thing, I like to kind of plan in advance and have like a plan of action, and not being able to do that and have basically no control over what was gonna happen. That was kind of the scariest point. But I mean, at one point, you can't control everything, so you just gotta go with the flow, right? You gotta have faith that everything's gonna work out.
Facts.
Next question, numéro 13. Do you like Thai food? How do you feel about Thai people and Thailand? Do you have plans to come back to Thailand?
100%.
150%.
We were actually,
100.
don't say that.
100.
Okay, we were actually planning to go to Thailand instead of coming back here and just wait it out there until things settled down. But
didn't work out.
We just came back here, so yeah, 100% we would go back to Thailand, the people in Thailand are so friendly, like
Very friendly.
Very
Very
friendly.
accepting, like accommodating. Even if you don't speak the language, they still go out of their way to help
Yeah.
you. The food was amazing. People was amazing. Weather
The food
was
in Thailand,
amazing.
Dominic?
The food was good, and the weather was amazing. Honestly, I was looking at how to move there.
Yeah.
So yes, I'll go back.
Yeah.
Are you back to your home or a different town? Then you feel sad since you didn't enjoy last trip. We are back home in Ottawa, Canada. Back in the city, and didn't feel sad. At certain times, yes, because I felt like that the negativity was getting to us, and we were just focusing on one thing, and we couldn't focus on the trip itself.
Yeah.
And you know, being gone for so long, you wanted the last place to be like go out with a bang, you know, like cherry on top. And it started off so well, and then it just crashed like super fast. Like day after day, it was getting worse, right? So yes, it was sad, but I didn't leave. But I wasn't, like, looking back now, like I didn't leave that place being sad. Like I kind of, like we both kind of just got over it.
Yeah, we just didn't like the uncertainty.
Yeah, but once that was done, we just kind of accepted the fact.
Uncertainty.
All right, next question. Hello, nakaanddom. Hello. So glad you guys made it back safely. Thank you. My question is, how do you guys save money to travel to so many different places? Finances. So big tip for everyone, if you want to plan something or just in life general, you should always have more than one stream of income. If you have more than one stream of income, what you can do, for example, let's say you have 2 different or 3 different types of income coming in, you try and live off of 1 or 2, and then the other ones that you don't use, you just save them.
Look at your budget and how much you can afford and just save. Like, let's say take out $200 each month and then put that aside and calculate how much you're gonna be spending over there and how much it costs you. Just like that.
As well, like let's say that you have your regular job, you're used to paying all your bills. If you do overtime, that overtime money, put it aside. So anything extra, you know, everyone can do a side hustle as well. You work 40 hours a week, let's say. You have plenty of hours to do something on your side or something you're passionate about. So whatever that is, do it and just save it.
Yep.
It won't even feel like work if you love it, right? The other thing too, like if you plan to go somewhere, don't like budget the money, right? Like what we did is that we had a budget every single month. Every single that we went, we had a specific type of budget. We only had X amount of money. Just don't go over it. And we had a huge Excel sheet with all the expenses. So track everything, and then that way you know how much you're going out the door, you know how much you have, you know how much you're spending. Just treat it like science, like track everything.
Yeah.
How was your travel in the country Philippines? Sorry for the inconvenience due to COVID-19 crisis. Stay safe. First of all, you don't have to apologize.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with the country. We don't blame anyone in the Philippines, anyone that lives in the Philippines, the country, the government, nothing. It is what it is. There's plenty of, it could have happened anywhere. So the travel was awesome. We just hope that it would have lasted longer.
Yeah.
Because of everything that happened. We only
It was
had,
my
like,
favorite.
X amount of days, right? Without the negativity, but it was definitely, the favorite, one of the favorites, and I feel like we definitely do want to go back. So as long as everything calms down, definitely we'll go back. Sorry for talking fast, guys. We're just trying to get the most questions. You know, a lot of people ask questions, so we want to answer all the questions.
Okay, next question. Are you guys getting annoyed with each other yet from quarantining together? Yes. Dominic gets on my nerves all the time.
It's a joke, guys. Tell him.
No, that wasn't a joke. He gets on my nerves all the time. Sometimes I'm like,
She'd be so sad without me, guys.
I was like, oh
she'd
my
be
God.
so bored.
I'm like, oh my God, Dominic, get out my face. Get out my face. No, I'm kidding, you guys. No, we don't get annoyed. I don't get annoyed with him.
We don't get annoyed. I mean, if people that are married together, like, they don't get annoyed, or else they would marry that person.
Yeah, because we don't spend every single second together. Sometimes I'm upstairs and he's downstairs. And
yeah, if I do a home workout upstairs with weights, I have some weights here. So if I do home workout upstairs and she doesn't want to do it with weights, she'll do cardio, then we can do it differently.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we're not like together 24/7. Like the house is big enough for Dom to be in his corner and me in my corner.
Yeah.
So,
but even then, we don't even feel the need that we need to like separate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best type of relationship when you're not just with your lover, but you're kind of with your best friend too. So you don't get bored of your best friend, so why would you get bored of your lover, right?
Okay. Do you guys see yourself leaving Canada or moving to a different province?
Yes.
Forget province, honey. We're moving to a different
100%.
country. So
100%.
once the whole like Corona thing, what?
100%.
Once the whole Corona thing like quiets down and everything like is back to normal, we're actually planning to go to Colombia to see how it is and potentially move there. I want to move to like Central America. I want to like when me and Dominic, we want to go somewhere where it's warm, but also somewhere where it's like there's people like me and people like Dom, you know? Like, but it's true though, you know? Like we want to walk around and like not just like, what can I say? Well, yeah, it's true.
And fit in.
And fit in. Yeah, we want to walk around and kind of like fit in.
Blend in.
Yeah, so we're looking at Colombia, which is perfect because Colombia, there's black people and there's like white people and Colombians. So it's like a mix of everything, which is good. And they speak Spanish. And you guys know I've been learning my Spanish. I've always wanted to speak Spanish. So it's a plus. So that's somewhere we're looking at. Or Thailand is really good, so we're looking at Thailand. We've been to Thailand, we loved it, and there's more and more like tourist people settling in Thailand. So
it's hard when you're thinking of moving somewhere because like a lot of other countries, you can't buy property, you can't buy land if you're not a citizen. Like Thailand, we looked it up when we were there, and like if you're foreign, there's a lot of rules that you can't do if you're not from Thailand, right? So it's hard to just move to another country. Like there's so much that goes into it before you move. But we both like the same things. Like we want to move basically somewhere that has warm climate all year round. We both don't like winter. When I came back here, I was kind of pretty sad. It was still snow, and there's no sun, you know. So it gets to you like having no sun for 8 or 9 months out of the year. Imagine 8 or 9 months of the year with no sun, where you have to wear like big hoodies and like clothing. Like I like to have a motorcycle, I like to go outside, I like to go to the beach. I can't do that more than 3/4, right? And like we both like the same things. We're moving somewhere, so we want to find something that, you know, we both like warm weather, we both like the convenience of a big city, you know, like big box stores, stuff like that, access to the beach. So those are the things that we're looking for.
I like fresh fruits.
Yeah, and the food has to be important too. And so Thailand checked the box. Hopefully Colombia checks the box. But yeah, we want to go to a lot of places and then and see and probably ask you guys help how to go there. Yeah. And moving out of the country, Canada's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful place to live. There's lots of advantages as living here. But it's just like the type of climate that we want, you can't get it in Canada. The hottest place, I mean, you're gonna be like close to Toronto or Vancouver, and Vancouver's too expensive, and like there's no sun. I
feel like for us, like we could just leave in winter, come back in the summer, because summer in Ottawa is lit. I love it.
That's another thing we were thinking about, is like it is warm here like 4 months. The thing is that like where we are, it's gonna go plus 40 in the summer, but the winter goes minus 4. Like there's an 80-degree variance, right? So like a lot of Canadians, they leave for winter. That's why there's a term called snowbirds. A lot of Canadians are snowbirds, that they'll leave and then they come back. So we have to find something that works, you know, like either permanently move or just like leave and come back. Like we don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know yet. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see what the future holds.
Next question. How did you guys maintain your safety as travelers? Like, how did you ensure you were safe? That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. But to answer that question is, you just have to do your research on the places you want to go. That's like the #1 thing. Like we would never go to a country that, you know, like it's very dangerous and like people say that like don't go there because it's scary.
Like we do have equipment that we use, you know, to do the vlogs. And like if there was a place we weren't comfortable, we wouldn't bring certain types of equipment out, you know, like we would just use like a small camera,
like the GoPro.
Like the GoPro that like if it gets stolen or something, if it gets broken,
it's expensive.
It's not
the GoPro, like it was like one of our most expensive, like compared to the G7X, but the GoPro was very expensive. But like, who's gonna steal that? Because when people look at it, it's like, ew, it's so ugly, you know? Yeah. But it's very expensive, so that's what we would vlog with, and no one would be looking at us because it's like, ew, look at that. But so yeah, just buy a GoPro, whatever.
Yeah,
and that's what we
like
did.
we had brought our other like picture camera out a couple of times, and then like some people, like some guy just walked in, be like, oh, can I take a picture of you guys? But like,
so sketchy.
It's sketch, you know. So like,
guys, let me reenact this. I was taking a picture of Dominic, right? And then he comes up to us smelling like drugs, and he's like,
no, he had a joint. He had a joint.
Oh well, he smelled like it too.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, that's a very nice camera you have there. We're like
drooling.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm actually a photographer. Do you want me to take a picture of you? As I'm standing there taking a picture of Dominic, and we're like, no, it's okay. And then he just stands there looking at the camera. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
we good.
okay, like who does that? Do you want me to take a picture of you?
I think you can kind of go anywhere most of the time, like almost anywhere in the world. And I don't know about everyone, but like I feel like both of us have like a third, like an instinct, you know, that like we have a feeling, like we know if it's safe or not. And like, you know, you don't flash stuff, you know, you don't walk with like a nice Gucci watch, or like we're not people who like dress super nice or like flash stuff, you know, like we try and blend in. We just like very minimalistic. So like don't wear like expensive, you know, Jordans stuff, and stuff like that, or like Gucci. Like if you don't show that you have money and you just play it smart,
I feel like we fine. Already look like, obviously we look like we're not from those countries, right? So why would you want to stand out even more? So
exactly.
Yeah.
And like if it's also being safe, like about health, like during the pandemic, like we always took precautions. Like we had a sanitizer bottle with us that we carry around all the time.
Our vitamins,
everything. Yeah. We ate healthy, you know. So we had no issues.
Yeah. So.
But in certain places, it's the same as if you're home. You know, like there's some places here in Ottawa that are dangerous, that like if you go walking outside alone, stuff can happen to you. So it's the same anywhere. You're gonna take the same precautions when you're home than where the other countries, just even more so, right? So it was the same thing, almost like common sense, right?
Yeah. So I would say just look up. We looked up every place
everywhere
that we
went to. Yeah.
So wherever we went, there was always a lot of tourists there.
Yeah, and like if you see somewhere that you're unsure of, just follow your instincts. But again, like we get brainwashed thinking everywhere is not safe, right? But like it's not true, man. Like if you go out, you're gonna realize the world is safe.
Yeah, it is. Are you pregnant? I dreamed you had twins, guys. So many of you guys.
Pregnant?
Huh? Yeah. You didn't know? I'm having twins.
Let's go.
No, so many of you guys were like, are you pregnant? Naka's pregnant. I was like, damn, did I miss the memo? Like, no, I am not pregnant. I do not want any kids anytime soon. Keep the kids inside of you, please. Don't release them. But no, we don't want any kids anytime soon.
You know, there's a lot of comments like, oh, you should have a baby, you should have, like, we're not gonna have a baby just because you told us to.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like, straight up. It's putting a human being into this world. It's not like you make a muffin in the oven. You're putting another human in the world, and if both people are not ready for that, no one should do that. If both people are not ready and want that right away, you shouldn't do it.
I feel like a lot of times, like, people just see a couple and they're like, oh, get married, have babies. But it's like, not everyone wants that. There's more to life than getting married and starting a family. Like, we want to enjoy.
There is, but there's a time and place for everything.
Relationship.
So yes, it will come, but not now.
Yeah, not anytime soon. Next question. What have you learned in touring? The challenges you faced and how you went about them. Then any advice to young enthusiastic travelers? What have I learned? I've learned that the world is not the way it seems. Like, especially like for me, like I used to think like everywhere was dangerous. Like, honestly, like I watch a lot of Narcos, you guys, and if I hadn't traveled to, like, let's say Panama or anything like that, I would never go to Colombia, because I'd be like, oh my god, there's so many drugs there, like it's so scary. But especially now, like also with YouTube, people traveling, it's like, don't listen to like the media and what they say about like other places and stuff like that, because it's really not like that. Don't fall into the trap. Like, especially I feel like the States and Canada,
they kind of brainwash you and they want you to feel safe at home, and that everywhere you travel is dangerous, or like, oh, if you go somewhere, stay in a resort, because or else if you go out it's dangerous, which is not the case. Like most of the places that we went to, we purposely stayed in an Airbnb because we want to experience like the local life, right? Like the real life. We didn't want like a comfy resort and just like hide, because like you're not experiencing the culture, you're not experiencing the people. Because people that work there, they have to be nice to you for work, right? They have to upstand to like customer service. But like if you go to a local cafe, if you walk in the street, if you go to the mall, it's different, right? And like everywhere that we went to, we would basically walk on the street and feel safe.
Yeah, I remember when we watched videos on Panama. Oh my god, like everything I read was dangerous. Or you're gonna get shot if you walk down the street. Like it was scary. Like you couldn't record at the mall. Like they made Panama seem like this next level dangerous drug cartel, Cali cartel, freaking like next level thing. But once we got there, everyone had their cameras. Everyone was vlogging. Like
everyone was walking with their cell phones.
Yeah,
like, no problem.
It was, and then you could vlog at the malls as well. And I was just like, you
There's
know
nice
what?
cars, like, more than here, like Beamers, Audis,
people in
Ferraris.
Panama, they're balling, load. You can't be broke living in Panama.
It's like in Miami.
So.
And like the funny thing is, like we would talk to like our family members, our friends, like, oh, we're gonna go to, let's say, Panama. Oh, watch how it's dangerous. How do you know it's dangerous? Have you physically been there?
Yeah.
Or it's what you've heard. Most of the times, they've never been there.
Yeah, and even when I tell people I want to go to Colombia, oh my god, there's so many drugs there, Nana. It's like, bitch.
But then, like,
have you been?
Well, we're smart, like we'll do the research on place. Like, and if you do research on Colombia, most cities in Colombia are safer than a lot of cities in the States. So why do people still have that stigma? You know what I mean? And like, those countries, like they need tourism, they need people to influx into the economy, to build the economy. So like it's a beautiful country that a lot of beautiful countries need to be visited more for them to be
another place we're gonna
more.
Visit is Congo, guys. Me and Dominique are gonna go to Congo. We're gonna go to Africa.
We have to.
In my hometown, Congo. Yeah, we're gonna go to Congo. Dominique's gonna see we are gonna meet all my family. I've never met any of my family back in Congo, so we gonna meet them, me and him. It's gonna be lit. My mom says it's lit over there. My dad loves it, so I know it's gonna be lit. My mom, they own like a bar over there, so we gonna be drinking. They own like a lot of bars over there, so yeah, it's gonna be lit, Oh yeah.
So and more so to answer the question, so don't necessarily believe everything you watch in the news. Make your own research, watch other YouTubers. YouTubers will tell to you real how it is. They have you see them with the camera, they're there in live action, 100% I would say research the places and how expensive it is, especially if you're on a budget. Like we realized some places that we went to, it was a lot more expensive than we thought, so we had to ration some other expenses, right? So plan your expenses, plan your trip. Oftentimes if you stay for a month, you can get a nicer place for cheaper because they give you a monthly discount. But just do the research. Honestly, like rule number one, just do the research and you're good.
And figure it out what you want, right?
Yeah.
Don't go to places just because like all the YouTubers go there. It's something that I've learned. You know what you like. If you're into, let's say, beaches and walk around in bikinis, I wouldn't suggest going to Panama, because Panama is more like city vibes. Panama's like a New York-ish Toronto.
Miami.
Miami. Well, Miami without like the beach-ish, because Miami they do have beaches. So
Panama's beaches, but they're like Tavuga Island is
it's like far. So it's more like Toronto and like New York, let's say. But if you want beaches, I would say go to the Philippines, go to Thailand, or Jamaica. Like stuff that are known for their islands,
Most gems and most best places that we've been to were the places that are not as much known, like the places that like are hidden gems. Like there's a reason that like they're hidden gems. Like most, like to be honest, one thing that we realize is the more people go to one place, the less nice it becomes. So maybe like try and figure out places that are rising, on the top. So all the super nice places, they were super nice before, but now there's an influx of people. People bring dirt.
So let's say we would look up like a nice beach, and then from 5 years ago it was so nice, clear water, like so beautiful, and then we go there now, obviously like 6-7 years later, what is this, honey? Like,
and like the more tourists, the more people try and sell you stuff too.
Yeah.
And then like they bother you, like they're trying to hustle, right?
Yeah,
so,
me and Dom, one trick we did is we never went to eat where the tourist people went. We always went where the locals went. Yeah. Because when we went to eat somewhere, it was like, I think it was like $15 to eat for like rice or whatever, like a burger. But then in Jamaica it was like $15 for like US for like a rice and peas or whatever.
One chicken plate.
And then we went to the local place. It was, it wasn't a corner. It was a little scary, but me and Dominic were messy.
It was $6.
Yeah, we just went. It was literally $6
for the same thing.
From 6 to 15.
Yeah, it's the same. When you get off of the airport, people trying to rent you stuff. Like the taxis, when you get to the airport, never take those taxis. Those ones are gonna be the more expensive. They're gonna be the worst. Like us, we would go off of the airplane. Boom, we grab. It's like Uber basically, and it says it's $6. And then the taxis there's gonna charge us $25, and then we're like, no way, we're good. And like you can try to negotiate, be like, here's Grab, like we show them it's $6. You can match it. Like, okay, we'll do it for $8. Okay, fine.
But when we first started,
we'll do it for $8.
When we first came in Jamaica, they got us. But that's because we didn't know. And a lot of time, like when you travel, you don't know. It takes experience for these things. Yeah, so. Like
going back to the things that everything, if we wouldn't have done it again, there's some things that we wouldn't have done that we caught on, that we knew, that we learned when we did them, right? But you won't learn if you don't do the mistake.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, don't be scared.
You realize that it's not what you thought it was. And it's not what you were told by people who haven't even been there.
It's like a bunch of ants giving bees advice on how to make honey. That don't work, honey.
In any country, there's always gonna be dangerous places. There's always gonna be safe places. So just be aware of your surroundings. Number one.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Honestly.
And people are so friendly. Like, be aware of people, but don't be scared of people.
Yeah, and in these countries, you can't be scared. Like, they gonna take advantage of you.
Like in every single country that we've been to, like we were out at night, we were carrying some equipment, and not even once in any country have we ever felt unsafe.
Yeah. Like,
so it just goes to show that it's not all what you see.
And Panama, you guys, I was shaking from what people were telling me, but Panama was so chill.
It was a very well developed city.
Oh my god! Like,
nicer.
Everyone was rich in Panama. Nicer than what?
I just say nicer than here.
100% it was, with those palm trees. I'm sorry, like, Panama bougie. Like, you can't be there if you don't have money in Panama.
Panama City.
Panama City, yeah. Panama City.
And it's
City.
Yeah.
It was so nice. I loved it. The people, like,
super friendly people.
Super friendly.
It's a different culture,
so
like
friendly.
Like you walk in the elevator and say buenas. But if you don't say buenas, like you're almost
weird.
come off as being rude.
Guys, I didn't speak Spanish, and they'd say hi to me, and I'd be like
here, like our culture, if you go in an elevator, if you talk to someone, you're weird. Like no one talks to you if you get in an elevator or you get on the bus. You put your headphones in, you put your head down. But like over there, like everyone talks to you. It's like, hey, buenas, ¿cómo está? Like it's manners, and it kind of sucks that like some societies are like closing off and isolating before they should gather up.
Anyways, that was it for the video. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Sunday morning when we post this. Anyways, bye guys. Buenos dias, amigos.
Come subscribe, share the
guys
video.
This time next year I'll be fluent in Spanish.
You heard it here first.
Adios, amigos. Buenos noches.
Hasta luego.